Hello, welcome to a special MCS Zero Chill edition for Gems a Lot. Um, First, in part one, I'll go over the updated team I used for the MCS Zero Chill tournament ladders this last weekend, November 8th and 9th. And then part two, I'll have some coaching remarks um, regarding different playbooks and plays and formations. So first part, we'll look into the new team. Um, since last time, there's been a lot of changes. This Bo Nix was released this last week, and he has some special abilities: pocket Deadeye, and 7 AP Conductor, Breakout's Conductor. Also has Fearless 1 AP. I use Conductor. Here's my abilities on this new card: Quick Draw, Comeback, Pocket Deadeye, and Gambit. He only has Bronco theme teams, and you can see here with the special breakout players, I've got 10 for some other extras. Is what I did was go to a Broncos theme team. Last time I had 49ers. With this card in the game, I decided Broncos theme team is possible. 98 throw power, 99 throw power. I think Broncos is top five easily, um, maybe the best. At least for my circumstances, it was the best. 91 speed, just because of all the good players, including this quarterback. 91, he's 6'2, 91 speed, right-handed quarterback. Got the Jamal Charles in the rank mode. He has 93 speed with all the boost, using joystick on him as an ability. Also put on Freight Train as one of my X factors. However, I do have two extra. I have more AP because of Bo Nix right now. So use 2 AP here. Other AP, I got a free AP on this new card, pass protection. And then this right tackle, he's gets any team kims. Is able to use linchpin and identifier, 2 AP. So the games this weekend were very offensive oriented. Um, And I think one reason why is identifier. Once people have identifier, the offenses can pretty much take over. And so, why is it 2 AP? I don't know, but it is. Um, so, Broncos theme team. One thing I did have, I had the 49ers chemistry with this Vernon Davis. I already bought Vernon Davis. And so I could use him for Washington 49ers or Broncos. So one reason why this is one of the best tight ends in the game at on a Broncos theme team, 92 speed. Not really sure if you can get a better tight end than Vernon Davis right now. Also did tokens for Mark Schlereth at left guard. It's pretty good for a left guard, free left guard. I don't use my tokens very much this year, so I took advantage of the tokens. Using this left tackle, this guy is just pretty much huge. 6'9", 320. Stats are pretty good in the 80s, so I didn't really upgrade this guy. Did go with got rid of Randy Moss. Randy Moss doesn't get Broncos theme team. So I got this receiver, 95 speed. He's basically replacing Randy Moss. Um, in the slot, number one receiver, just released in the Breakouts promo. Basically, again, he gets plus 10. Some people have plus 22. and get +1 speed and are doing some crazy things with breakouts. But this card is pretty much in game. He's kind of tall, however, very good in game receiver already in the game, as far as I can tell. Using a fullback, getting Broncos teams on pretty much all my players. Cooper Kupp, Devontae Adams. Do have Marcus Mims, a Bronco with 92 speed as my fourth wide receiver. And have this Saquon Barkley +1 speed crystal cards. Uh, um, so here's strategy items. Still just have 2 AP gunslinger. On this offense, this one I have deep route threat because I really want to make sure my deep routes, all my receivers have 90 plus deep routes. Most of them have 80 something everything, and this makes sure I get 90 on deep routes. Um, Offensive line, this gives me another +1 throw power and some impact blocking. It's nice O-line ability, run stopper. I chose +2 block shedding because I'm guessing block shedding works pass and run plays. Whereas if I got something like power move, it's just pass plays. Field general and linebacker, 2 plus pursuit, 2 play rec, going +4 man coverage because um, it is an offensive game, but when I got this card in there, it does seem like my DBs knock out more balls, especially in the man coverage. It's almost like all my DBs have knockouts with this +4 man coverage. Specialist, 2 kick power, 2 accuracy. Broncos theme and breakouts +1 are the strategy items you can see here. +10. Broncos actually have an extra one on the Broncos. Abilities, I mentioned abilities, and yeah, identifier. If some people say, oh, the offense is just over OP right now, it's crazy. I think it's because identifier, to be honest with you. It's very hard to disguise defense when people have when identifier is in the game. And if you ask me if identifier was out of the game, if it was more AP, I'm not sure what would happen, but I think I could play better defense. I could disguise my coverage a lot more. I would have more defenses I could plays I can call, and then offense would be tougher without identifier. But as it is, identifier is in the game. It was in the game this weekend, and it was very offensive. So, most of my games, it seems like, um, were something like 21-14 after the first quarter. T, um, Defense improves as the game goes on, but it's kind of insane how many touchdowns are being scored. I think if you do watch MCS, the pros, the games, in my guess, they're going to be 55-50. They're going to be just crazy offensive games because I'm going to blame identifier. I'm going to say identifier is the reason why it's so easy on offense. Defense, still have Ryan Zazier at linebacker. He has 89 speed. He's pretty much just in goal line. The one linebacker that I use more is this Broncos linebacker, Justin. I don't know how to pronounce the last name. Justin. I put Stonewall on him. He's got 89 speed, 90 zone coverage. He's a Broncos 6'3", 235. I could use Zazier, but I really don't have a good middle linebacker um, per se that's really fast. Instead, my main linebackers are Brian Dawkins. Did get Brian Dawkins with Broncos. Kim, who has 93 speed. He's pretty much my main linebacker, my main user. And then I still use Tristan McCollin, 92 speed. Just has 92 speed, but he is 6'3", 195. I put Stonewall on a lot of players. Stonewall's kind of glitchy now. I did use Stonewall a lot. and so that helps this Tristan McCollum with run defense. Justin Bates and Tyler Newman, they both have 93 speed, and they're my safeties. I've been using Stonewall and Acrobat. And I'm still using Acrobat and Stonewall on my safeties, and they do light up um, and I do think they are lighting up more and having more interceptions, and and especially if you're the way things are going with Hail Marys. I think Acrobat with my safeties, this is pretty good because if somebody does a Hail Mary, it's like a 5% chance a Hail Mary is going to work when these safeties and Acrobat. Put universal coverage on the two cornerbacks to keep to bleed and saying just. And one reason why was able to go to the Broncos, they do have two cheap corners with 92 speed. Here's one. This guy is my main slot cornerback, 6 feet, 190. Tremont Smith gets Broncos. Kim's has 92 speed. And then this other Bronco is 5'11, 194, 92 speed. All my cornerbacks have 92 speed, um, which is very difficult to do. I think a lot of people are still using Carlton Davis, who has 91 speed. But with the Broncos theme team, I still have Patrick Surtain. But the Broncos theme team, I have four affordable. This guy's free. I got this guy in rank mode. These two cards cost me about 150,000 coins. Very cost friendly cornerbacks with the Broncos theme team. I'm using William Perry on D line. Um, as a nose tackle. He may be the best nose tackle in the game. Um, Von Miller is a Bronco. He isn't. He is really good. I just been using unpredictable on him and Stonewall for the run. I think Stonewall works really good for the run and quarterback sneaks and stuff. So instead of using Ripper, I put Stonewall on, and then of course this is my main pass rusher 91 speed. Will Anderson, I have him pretty much all the way up high. Could go double or nothing, but yeah, I'm just using unpredictable and Stonewall. They do um, get sacks. I think either with double or nothing or unpredictable. I think they do get pressure, and a lot of times I get pressure with blitzes. Um, Other main things, special teams do have this fullback 92 speed returning, but a lot of times they just kick it to this Thornton. He has 95 speed. Just use a Cam Little. I think he's good enough. He was very affordable, not very expensive. Um, Go over to the special teams. You can see I have two pass rushers, basically always in a 3-4 base defense. Have William Perry as nose tackle, Justin Stroud as the main linebacker, and then Brian Dawkins. And then sometimes I'll put that other Tristan McCollum in for pass plays. He's a little bit better at pass coverage with 92 speed. Playbooks, using Patriots with the MCS primarily, um, Broncos, uniforms, etc. Um, Here with my favorite, I think the basically um, my playbooks on offense to recommend Falcons, Chargers, and Patriots. And I've had most success in really tough games with Patriots. Multiple defense I've stayed with um, for a long time now. It has a lot of 3-4 schemes in it, so I haven't had to change defenses at all. Offenses I do play the Falcons for more fun gameplay, but the Patriots seems to be my best. Chargers I may use Chargers in the future because it is more meta, more pros use the Chargers playbook. Um, one thing, one last thing to mention is this Dalton Thornton. Obviously, without Randy Moss, it was good to get this Dante Thornton for the Broncos theme team. And that's when I did choose this guy over the quarterback uh, because, like, with the Broncos theme team, I don't have the Randy Moss card or any other really great receivers. Quarterbacks, 92 speed. I think there is a few that are a little bit better who have 93 speed. I think maybe some pros, if they had a lot of coins, would have been able to get some quarterbacks with 93, 95 speed with the one with a few with one or two, probably just one other player, the breakout player. But for the most part, 92 speed's good. 93 is the best, pretty much. There's a few 93 speed quarterbacks. And this is the team I used. Kind of interesting. You can see I'm down to 330. A lot of these cards were expensive, but I was basically nobody spent. I still have my dollar. I guess you maybe want to say I'd keep it at a buck, but not really. It's just played quite a few rank games and some challenges, etc., etc. And I had enough coins to create this team. Very probably most people maybe consider me an amateur for this game, but I still have, if you could guess, if you see this team is one of the best team, has to be one of the better teams possible with the Broncos theme team. Okay, now next up, I'm going to go over some coaching remarks regarding the coach's playbook. Um, Start off by switching to the Falcons and go into practice mode. Um, the Falcons playbook. The reason why I'm doing this is because my coach's playbook is most similar now to this Falcons playbook. So I think it'll be interesting, just interesting point of time to mention uh, how cool this playbook is in comparison to my coach's playbook. I'll start off mentioning these two empty formations. Um, Empty base has trips on the right, slots on the left, and this is one formation I think is very popular in football, and I use in my playbook, coach's playbook. Other one is empty bunch open. These are very similar. One side has a bunch, and then still has the slots on the other side. And this again, these are the two empty base formations that I use in my coach's playbook. Um, Also, this here is Y off trips close, very popular meta formation in the video game. I also use trips in my playbook. The left wide receiver here is lines up inside a little bit so he can do more pass routes and then he can motion out. I find it a little bit easier, at least is in my coach's playbook. Um, it is a little bit more convenient and easy to have the wide receiver line up more in a tight uh, inside a little bit, close to where maybe the tight end is in the slot. But yeah, this is my coach's playbook. And then the other one that's very similar, bunch wide nasty, very similar to wide trips. This is the way I also have bunch in coach's playbook. And so this one, very good, very fun to use. Then we'll go to tight Y off. Now there's a lot of tight formations and in the game. One reason why I use the Patriots is because it has more options. Really, the two options in this Falcons playbook is tight flex and tight Y off. The Patriots, they have a few more tight formations I like to use, and And tight Y using tight formations is more popular, it seems like, in the video game. But for here, my coach's playbook, I do have a tight formation like this tight Y off, and some of these plays are fun to call. And then um, the other one is bunch offset and bunch. So as a coach, I'll use a tight formation and then a tight bunch or a tight bunch offset. These have a lot of plays too uh, to use. The Patriots playbook, it has bunch offset close, which is a very good formation, very similar to bunch offset. But I think as in real life, in coach's playbook, in some type of coach's playbook, they could easily uh, have the left receiver line up inside, line up outside, which is a little bit tougher to do in the video game. Finally, the other formation used quite a bit um, in real life is one that has spread. It's a balanced formation like this. In the Patriots playbook, it's called double Y flex. But here I'll use this. This is in my coach's playbook, and some of these plays here are good in the game as well. Not as much, I would say. This is not total meta, but these plays do are kind of good to use on occasion in the game. Um, the other formation, the other reason that also use some I formations has Y off close. I use Y off close in the game, and it's good even in my coach's playbook to have an I formation, an I slot formation. I also think this wing pair is a good option to have uh, in a coach's playbook. Use it in the game, and this unbalanced plays are fairly effective in the game. Not so. I think they would be good in real life too, just because of the off balance. But these are the main formations in my coach's playbook, and it's very difficult to find a playbook in the game uh, that has so many of the similar formations. And so I've used the Falcons playbook quite a lot for fun. And then, however, I do get it, when I do get into some sweaty games, I have found the Patriots playbook to be a little bit better because uh, they have a little bit more tight formations. And the tight formations do seem to work a little bit better in the video game for the at the very least. Defense. One thing uh, to also mention uh, regarding the game and coaching is defense. See if I can show the one important thing on defense is goal line. And to me, as far as this game and coaching, see where type. Let's look at quarterbacks real quick. These are the best quarterbacks in the game right now. This Christian Gonzalez, 3 million coins, but he does have all 32 NFL theme teams. Rod Woodson is really good for the 49ers team, Kim, 3.6 billion. He's a good quarterback. He played safety a little bit, so some people use him as a safety. These are some of the new quarterbacks they do have. Yeah, Steelers, Lions, Patriots. Um, this guy has all of them, and then Bucks here. Pretty affordable, 500,000 for Bucks. One thing I had to you may have noticed in the past, uh, one main decision in the game and in real life is what quarterbacks uh, are the best option to use and to have, especially a goal line. I've kind of had some, and sometimes it doesn't matter, but if you're going to improve the defense by spending 3 million coins, for instance, and you want to do your part, or do better in the game. At the very least, I think it starts with improving the goal line defense. Christian Gonzalez, for instance, 6'2", a bigger quarterback on goal line may be more helpful than a smaller quarterback. I had um, I had a few options before the tournament on deciding what to do, and um, the Raiders quarterbacks, for instance, were interesting. This Darian Porter came out. I got the wide receiver, but this is the quarterback. Some people got this quarterback. He would at 6'3", he definitely would improve a defense in a goal line situation, play man coverage or zone. The other player, it's not showing here. Um, let's see if I can find this other player that I didn't end up picking up. I guess I could even afford him right now with 300,000 coins or almost is this Dante Jackson. This Dante Jackson just entered the game. He gets very fast speed, but he's only 5'10". And so I did not decide. He gets Broncos Steam Team. Did not decide to use this card because he is fast, and he may be pretty good quarterback, but in the goal line, he doesn't really. I don't think he improves the goal line defense much because at 5'10", uh, if there's a power back like Derrick Henry, he's not going to tackle Derrick Henry at the goal line. He's going to have a very difficult time tackling Derrick Henry, and then throwing jump balls or covering people. Uh, it's just maybe not worth at 380. It's not very expensive, but yeah, I would pay a lot of. I would spend a lot of money with these coins, even in real life. If for NFL, at the very least, it may be with these defensive upgrades to at the very least improve your goal line defense, and that's kind of to the point where I am with these defenses is I don't like doing too much unless it improves my goal line defense. And it's one reason why um, I was able to go to the Broncos. The Broncos had these quarterbacks. Uh, 92 speed is pretty good, and then they do a little bit taller. They are good enough for the goal line. And I did spend extra money on some of the other quarterbacks because it's not going to improve my goal line defense too much. And so, nothing else really in summary, not much else to mention. Um, the only really final thought is that this 2AP identifier is really cheap in the game. And I would say that for next year, for instance, um, once identifier goes into the game, teams' offenses, they're just going to be really good. Just expect an offensive game once people have identifier. Once people have identifier used now, if, um, for instance, this year, this conductor, people started using this conductor. It wasn't the AP, it was only maybe 4 AP or something. And some of the pros used it, and they think it's OP, so they upped it to 10 AP. Look at this master tag. People think master tag is just so OP. It's 15 AP right now because people think it's just the best ability there is. But I would argue that identifier is really the main ability out there right now. Once identifier goes in the game, then the game becomes very offensive, and the pretty much offenses, especially at the MCS level, um, the offenses take over. And just for instance, with my games just last weekend, a lot of them were 21-14 after the first quarter. Um, and it was really just an offensive uh, showcase. There was no way defense could shut either me or my opponent down. I couldn't stop my opponent. They're very good with the identifier, and my opponent really couldn't stop me in the first quarter. It takes a while, really, for somebody to make a mistake, really. And then if nobody makes a mistake, it comes down to the last 2 minutes and who has the ball, who can go for a two-pointer, maybe goal line defense, who gets the 2 points and who's successful with the 2 points and whose defense is successful. What somebody in a goal line situation, that's what it really does. A lot of times can come down to whether one person scores 2 points or not. And that's the way overtime works as well. Overtime, people are just scoring 7-7, and then they have to be forced to go for two and win the game. And so goal line defense, I think, is important. And if you decide to upgrade your team or spend a lot of money or a lot of coins on a player, make sure it will at the very least improve your goal line defense. Nothing, no other comments regarding MCS, I guess. I do have here on notes that the MCS games were kind of long, and so the commitment to play an MCS is kind of becoming difficult to have to play so many games. Eight, usually, well, yeah, it's just a huge commitment, and it makes the game very difficult right now to compete. So, nothing else to mention. Maybe I'll do another one for the last chance qualifier. I'm hoping for last chance qualifier that they'll take identifier maybe out of the game, or I'm gonna be maybe in the Chargers playbook trying to score 50 points a game because really it with identifier in the game may really is going to require maybe 50 points, 50 points to win some of these games. So enjoy the holidays. Happy holidays. Uh, have a happy holidays.